Hey Flosstube, it is Michelle McGraw from Made by Michelle McGraw, and this is Flosstube number 40. It is Tuesday, November 17th, and gosh, time has just flown. It's almost Thanksgiving, so happy Thanksgiving. I know Thanksgiving will look very different for a lot of people this year, but I hope that it is a good Thanksgiving for everybody. Even if it's very different. So I have finishes. I have just a lot of stuff to show. So I want to jump in and start showing you guys some. I did want to go ahead and do my giveaway right away. My giveaway from last week was Christmas Tea by Brenda Gervais, and Peggy Wilkinson has won this. So congratulations, Peggy. Send me an email with your address, mailing address, and make sure you put Christmas tea in your comment. You can either email me at madebymichellemcgraw@gmail.com, or you can put a message on Instagram at madebymichellemcgraw. Either of those two ways work and get to me relatively well. I did want to apologize to Jackie Robinson. I have not mailed out your chart yet. I was going to the post office and we had a lot of rain from a storm that came through in our area and a lot of flooding. And so two of the roads that I would take to get to the nearest post office were flooded. So I decided that probably wasn't a great day for me to go to the post office. So I didn't go yet. Hopefully I will get this week. But sorry, I will send that out. So please be patient with me. I am not going to have a giveaway this week, only because we're going into Thanksgiving and the Christmas season. And I just don't want to have to worry about going to the post office. So I thought about maybe doing only US so that I could easily slap a stamp on it and go. But honestly, I just want to make sure that everybody that wins gets their chart in a reasonable amount of time. And I worry that I will forget or get busy and I can't get to the post office. So I'm just going to probably do them after Christmas again. So let me start with some finishes because I have several. I want to show my first finish is from Lizzie Kate, Pair of Pilgrims, and this is Miles. I started him last year and I finished him this season. I put him back on the shelf and pulled him back out and thought I just need to finish him. So I went ahead and finished him. I was talking to Erin at Perpetual Projects. She has a Flosstube, so go check her out. Erin is fantastic. And I was looking for buttons to put on his jacket. And I was looking through the last place I had that I had some buttons, and I realized I bought the button pack for Pair of Pilgrims. I had totally forgot. So his jacket has buttons. There's buttons here, some leaves. He's carrying a fish, his pumpkin with leaves. And then the other buttons go with, I think the other pilgrim's name is Priscilla. And so I found my button pack that I totally forgot I bought. The fabric is 14 count from Fabric Flare. It's just a tan gingham. And you guys know I love gingham, so I really, really enjoy him. I want to do him as a stand-up. So I've been watching Vanna Pfeiffer's tutorial, and I think I can do it. I hope I can do it. I'm going to attempt to do it. Probably not before Thanksgiving because I am getting busy, but I will put him in my stuff for finishing. So that is my first finish. My second finish that I have is actually a new start and a finish. So let me show that. This one was a free chart from Owl, whoops, that's upside down. From Owl Forest Embroidery. It is on their website. You can go check it out. I really love Owl Forest. I have some kits that I want to start. This was a free chart. Because they're a Russian site, I did not buy their floss that goes with this. I would have loved to have bought their floss, but shipping times just didn't work, wouldn't work out. There's only 3 colors in here: green, an orange, and like the yellowy orange. Oh, and this kind of grayish. That is called for. That was the DMC called for, I think. The other ones I switched out, and let me show you my finish first. So this is hard to show up on camera. That's probably the best that I can get it on camera. The green doesn't show great on camera, but it does in person. I used 18 count spice from Picture This Plus. And for the floss, I used for this orange, I used General Arts Orange Marmalade. For the green, I used Color and Cotton Mistletoe. And then for the darker orange, which is the pumpkins, I used Color and Cotton Red Fox. And then the gray was called for, I think it is 3799. That was the call for. I did leave the top border off of mine, just mainly because I liked it like that and I was done. So I really, really like that one. I'm going to probably finish that into a little pillow once I go to finishing. I did sit down this weekend to do some finishing, and I did a sewing finish, and I picked out fabric, but I didn't fully finish any cross stitch. Okay, the next one that I have is a start and kind of a finish. So this is a chart, Thanksgiving Friends, that I've had for many, many years. I stitched the 2 Prairie Pilgrims and the 2 Native Americans years ago. I did them on 14 count fabric for my cross stitch boards. This was the last project that my mom cut out for me. Little did I know at the time that my mom was struggling with some vision issues and had to have eye surgery. And she cut off the top of one of my figures. So I was super disappointed because I really, really loved these. I've kind of used them sporadically, but because I don't have 4 to go on my cross stitch boards, I only have 3. And then it's a whole weird thing that I don't have 2 of each. I just haven't used them that much. They are on my tiered stand. Like, I think there's 2 of them in frames on my tiered stand right now. But I had watched Brenda in the Serial Starter, and she actually stitched them into stand-ups. Well, that's what it calls for. It calls for 7 count fabric to stitch them and to make them big. I loved that idea. I very rarely restitch things, but this one I had to restitch. So I started it. I got the 7 count fabric from the called for from 1-2-3 Stitch, and I started and finished the female. There's a fly in here. Just landed on my hand. Go away. Sorry. There's, I started her and finished her. She is 7 count fabric, called for threads, 6 strands. I love her. I really, really, really love this. So I can't wait to finish her into a stand-up. And I love the fact that I kept the chart and had the chart. And I think I kept the chart because I never stitched the turkey, and it really is a great turkey. And I think that's why I kept it over the years. And so I'm really glad that I did. I started the female pilgrim, and I'm also started the male. So I'm working on him, and that's my start. So that's part of a whip. I will finish them. I would like to do all of them. So I want to do the pair of pilgrims, the pair of Native American Indians, and the turkey. So, all right, my last finish that I have is a sewing finish. So I'm going to preface this with, this is my first time that I have stitched from a pattern. I have stitched Vanna's tutorials and some finishing for cross stitch using Vanna's tutorials. But I've never actually had a sewing pattern and used the pattern. This pattern is from Bunny Hill Designs, and it is Rudy. And I wanted to give it a try. Those curves are no joke. I am a beginner sewer. So for me, I need to go really, really slow. And I did really, really slow. And I just wanted to see if I could attempt it. So I had picked out some fabric, and my mom was like, oh no, you don't know if this is gonna work out. You need to use a scrap piece. So I did. I used, y'all, this fly. We're gonna have a come to Jesus meeting. One of us is gonna meet Jesus before the other one. It's gonna be that fly. Anyhow, here's Rudy. And I used a scrap piece of fabric. I do want to go back in and do some more in Christmas patterns. And seriously, where did this fly come from? There's not been a fly in my house all day long. So if I swat the camera, I'm going to swat the camera. It's going to go flying. It's going to be bad. Okay, so I used a scrap piece of fabric. I used buttons for his eyes. And this was my first attempt. So I do know next time I'm going to watch this a little bit more. I might widen this out a little bit to make this a little easier. This antler was very hard to turn all the way. So I think that might help. I don't know. I'll see. But I think he turned out good. And I'm going to give him another shot with some Christmas fabric. Okay, I wanted to do, before I get too far into it, I want to do some Flosstube shout outs. So I want to thank all of my, I swear he's landing right there. I want to thank all of my subscribers and people that tune in. Thank you. I enjoy Flosstubes myself. I watch Flosstubers. I enjoy the community. I enjoy the friendships and the interactions and the comments. And I love that. So part of that importance to me is watching other Flosstubers. And I watch a bunch. So these are some ones that I don't think I've ever shouted out before. 3 of these are brand new to me. So the first one, and I'm a little confused because at first I think she came up as Alba Stitcher. And now she's coming up, when I looked it up today, just to make sure, it was Amanda Bencharki, and I don't think that's how you pronounce her name. It is Benchari. I'm going to link these later. It will probably be Friday before I can get back on the computer to do it, but I will link her down below. So if you don't see any links, check back in a couple days. I will add the links in there, and I will add her link in. The other one I wanted to shout out was Boss Stitchers, which is Jane. Jane sent me this sweet card thanking me for a giveaway that she won, and she has a Flosstube. And so Boss Stitchers, they're from the Boston area. I have not watched but just a smidge of the first one, and I have it subscribed, and I put it in my queue to watch later because I ran out of time. But thank you, Jane. I'm going to check out your Flosstube as well, as all of you guys should. There's another Flosstuber, and I'm gonna shout her out when I show a whip, and that'll all come together. The other one I wanted to shout out is Stitched Lit by Claire. Stitched, STITCHEDLIT by Claire. And she has some really cute projects as well. So those are some Flosstubers. Check them out. Go support them. Subscribe. Like. Hopefully they don't have flies in their Flosstube like I do today. Okay, we're going to move on. All right. I'm going to go into some whips. And then I have whips, stash, and I think that's it. So I did have a question and I wanted to answer this. So I got a question that asked me what magnifier I use. Now I have one that's beside my sitting chair right now that is a magnifier and a light, and I'm trying it out and I don't know that I would recommend it right now. What I do use and I would recommend is, it's from Amazon. Let me close the box so you can see. And it's a rechargeable LED magnifier. And you wear them like glasses. So they're very stylish. They come with different lenses that you can put in. So let me go ahead and show you, because this is also stylish. So you take the lens that you want and you snap it in here. Now, I don't have this one charged. Oh, it actually is charged. There's the LED light. I'm going to turn it off so it's not in your eyes. But you wear these like glasses and you look through them. The great thing about these is I can look around the magnifier and I can I can look up and watch TV. Or I can flip the magnifier up and just take a minute and watch. This is what YouTube is going to pick for my picture. You watch this crazy contraption. But then you also have the light as you're looking down to stitch. And it's two, as you saw, two things. And these you can change. So if you need a higher magnification, you just take it out and then the different ones are in here. I know when I bought mine, it was relatively inexpensive. I know it's under $40, but I want to say it was closer to $20 when I bought mine, but it's on Amazon. I don't know how much it is right now. I didn't look before I came on here. I thought about it and then I forgot, sorry. But check it out. So if you're looking for a magnifier, that's what I use. That's what I like right now. I'm still trying to find a little bit different setup if it would work better for me. So far, I'm not in love with what I have beside my chair to use and recommend, so I probably wouldn't recommend it right now. And it may be just I'm not used to it, so that's part of it. Okay, the next thing I wanted to show was some Stitchy Kindness that I got, and I hope you guys can see this. This is for Nevermore Notions, and they are some needle minders. So this is from Noelle. No, is that right? Hold on, I think I have the wrong name. Yes, it's Noelle Wright, and she is Nevermore Notions on Etsy. And she sent me 2 needle minders. Here is a really cute teapot. And I can't wait to use these. I still have them in the bag because I want to show you guys first. Here's the adorable part. Her back magnet is like a little wood piece with love on it, which I thought was super cute. This is the one I'm super, like, I love both of them, but oh my gosh. I'm going to take this one out of the baggie because I love it. I love it. It is a little bee. Let me put a piece of paper behind it so you can see. You know what? Let me put it on the paper. That's even better. My fingers won't be in the way. Okay. It is a little bee on a honeycomb on the hive. Is that not the sweetest thing? I love it. Love it. I am so excited to use these. I purposely did not so that I could show them to you guys here. So check out Nevermore Notions, okay? Thank you so much. Okay, let's see. I have whips. Trying to move my piles over as I go through them so that I don't have so much. All right, let's see what this is first. All right, this is the Flosstuber that I want to shout out. If you have not gotten your copy yet, you need to go get your copy of this fantastic sampler. This is the 2020 Pandemic Sampler, and it's from Saucy Girl. I think that's how you say her Flosstube. She has a Flosstube, and it is Saucy Girl with a U at the end. I think it might be girls. And she did this beautiful sampler. Sorry, I'm trying to get the glare off. And she created this, and she has great instructions, and she says why she did it. If you check out her Flosstube, subscribe, because she has given this to the cross-stitching community. You go to her Instagram, and she has a link, and you can download the pattern. So give her a follow. She asked that people either, instead of paying for the pattern, they made a donation to an animal rescue or a human shelter as well. And I have some feral cats that are at my office. They are very feral. They will not let me catch them. We've tried over the years. They come from the junkyard behind us, and they wander over and they live at our place for a while. So what I thought about doing, or what I did, was I got some good quality cat food for them. And I put it out for them so that they're eating a good meal while they're visiting me or living there. And so we're gonna kind of take care of those feral cats that are there. I would love to be able to make friends with them and get them fixed so they stop reproducing. They're pretty wild. They will not let me get close to them, but I'm working. One is very, very little right now, so I'm working on him, but it hasn't gone well. But he is being well fed right now, him and his friend. So that's what I chose to do in honor of this pattern. So, and her name is Christy. So go check out Christy and thank her for this lovely pattern. This is my first whip that I'm showing, and I did start it because the colors that Christy has chose are amazing. Okay, they are amazing. This is my start. And I have started on the border, and I've worked on the first motif. This is 28 count Peeps Lost Sheep linen from Dames of the Needle. So there is my start. And the colors are just fantastic. I love it so much. It's a real joy to stitch. And I mean, what a nice gift that she has given the community. So I have the colors in my bag, and they're all just great, great fall colors. I love that. All DMCs. It's just gorgeous, gorgeous. So that is my first whip. I wanted to start that. I haven't gotten back to that. That was a day of stitching, but I'm going to be putting that into rotation and working on that more and just enjoying that. I really, really enjoyed stitching on that. And I'm so sorry, my dog is outside, apparently barking at leaves for no reason. Yes. Okay, the next one is Christmas House from Bright Needle. And this is actually a SAL, and it is hashtag Christmas House SAL with Claire from Stitched Lit. And then I think she also said that She Be 59, which is Sherry Berry, is also stitching it. So I jumped on this. She started this and I was like, oh my gosh, I love seeing you start this. I have this kitted up. And she was like, join us. So I jumped on and got a little start. I have just a little start, but this is Christmas House from Bright Needle. This is a discontinued chart, but you still can find it sometimes. And here is my start. So I have the top portion of the house and a little bit of detail in that room. The one thing I really wanted to do, and I'm sorry, my lighting has faded with the day. I really wanted that snow to be able to show. So I chose, this is 18 count Gingerbread by Picture This Plus. And I really like how the snow shows up on it. So, and then you can see I have like the little bed and I'm working on the nightstand. I love it. I love it. So I've been wanting to start that one. And Claire's edging was just the perfect thing that like, well, why not start it, right? I have it kitted. It's a good excuse to start it is to stitch it with a friend. So I am enjoying that. Thank you, Claire, for inviting me to the stitch along. And yeah, I told her I didn't know how much progress I'd get because I jump around a lot. But she said she was doing 12 starts in December or just a lot of starts. I'm not sure which one it is, but she was doing several. So she said, don't worry about it. No pressure. My kind of Sal. Okay, the next one I want to show. Oh, okay, it's down in there. All right, I have Christmas Garden from Blackbird Designs. I showed this before. I started this before and I worked on it a little bit more. Let me just get the picture. It is in the Home for the Holidays book, but I want to get the page. This is Christmas Garden. And I did a little bit of changing. I am using Belsois Cranberry for the red. I am using B5200 for the Fool's Gold. I'm using the same called for green Endive. And I am using Belsois Mud Pie for Heirloom Gold. And so it's just changing it up a little bit. I saw somebody else stitch this and replace the gold with the white, and I loved it. And so that kind of just spurred me on. So I've worked on some more motifs. I have finished this motif. And then I've worked on these. I think this is finished as well, so I'm moving over. So really, really love this one. It's a joy to stitch on. And I like the 18 count. Okay, so sorry, my phone is ringing. All right. All right, let's see here. Oh, and I am doing 1 over 18 count with 1 strand, except for the white. I'm using 2 strands just to make the white pop a little bit more. All right, the next one I'm doing, I started on my Star Wars from Good Morning Maui. Let me get the right one out here. And it is just called Star Wars from Good Morning Maui. And I will be doing these as groups, individuals, small pillows for my dough bowl. And I have lots of patterns from her. She has different Star Wars ones. So I will be doing all the characters in different figurations. I have decided that I'm going to use scraps of fabric, of whatever matches the best. Then I'm going to back them all. There's that fly. Then I'm going to back them all in the same fabric so they match. But I started with Princess Leia, and you can see her buns have come out. I have a shirt that says buns out, or suns out, buns out. I love it. So yeah, there's Princess Leia, and I've done her on this scrap fabric that I have. It is a fabric flare because it's printed on one side, and I just thought she was cute to be on the purpley pinky fabric. So I will be working on those. That's my work project. That's just an enjoyable stitch. I wanted to get the boys' ornaments done, and then I was going to work on them, and that's what I'm doing. So just fun stitch that I'm going to do a dough bowl of Star Wars little mini pillows. I love it. Okay, the next one is a start as well. And this one, I wanted to start some Thanksgiving projects because I don't have a lot. And this one is Pilgrims of Plymouth by Twin Peak Primitives. And I just think that this is gorgeous. So this one is using the other part of my Picture This Plus Spice. And I've only have the female that I've worked on, the little female pilgrim. So it's just a start one day, a quick start. I will be working on her more, on it more. I just wanted some Thanksgiving starts. And so I went through my patterns and I kind of picked out some that I had. I still have some more. I don't know if I'll get them all started. This obviously is probably not going to be finished this year, but you can't finish it if you don't start it. That's kind of what I think. All right, the next one that I'm going to show you is just a little bit of progress. I just had just a couple minutes. I shouldn't even show this, but I will. And it is the Prairie Schooler 2016 Santa. So, yes, not much more done, but I did get the deer in there more. I have some more to do, but the deer part is what I stitched. So I got him in. I'm going to start working on him more because I'd like to get him finished. I have all of my Prairie Schooler. Let me see if I can show you this. All of my Prairie Schoolers ornaments, the yearly ones, are all in this bag. So here's all the cards. I have made working copies because I don't want to ruin my cards. And I have them in this bag, and I have all of the floss in here, and I just work out of it. And so when I complete one, I literally just put the frame back in here. I put another piece of fabric back in here for me to start the next one. So I did one last year. This one I would really like to get finished for this year. And then I just work on them. Oops, I left my pattern out. Let me put it back in there. But I went ahead and made the working copy, so when I'm ready to stitch on them, they're all ready to go. Okay, so that was not much work on it, but I did work on it. All right, so now I want to show you some stash, and then I will show you 2 plans that I have. Oh, before I forget, I also wanted to tell you we are doing a floss giving. It's going to be live on YouTube on Thursday, November 19th at 6:30 Eastern Standard Time. And I am going to be on it, as well as Kentucky Sass and Stitching in the Bluegrass. So we will have giveaways. We're going to just have a fun time. We're going to answer any questions that come in. So join us if you can for the live. If you can't, I think the live posts after the live, so you'll be able to catch it out. But if you want to answer questions in the giveaways, I believe you're going to have to be in the live. So 6:30 Eastern Standard Time on Thursday. Alrighty, let's see. Stash and 2 plans. Let me grab my plans off the floor because they fell. Lordy be, I had everything stacked up and then they just fell over. All right, here is some stash that I got. And this one I am not even going to begin to pronounce. There's the name. And there's the pattern. Is that not so sweet? I love it. I have not kitted this up. It's all in DMC, so that's an easy kit up. Yeah, all of it in DMC. That's an easy kit up for me. And I need to look into doing that. The other one I got off of Stash Unload, which is Union Forever from Blackbird Designs. And these are from 123 Stitch, part of, these are all Victoria samplers. So this is a gingerbread village, but this is the church. Now this is a 3D church. There are directions on how to do it. I would love to attempt to do this. I don't know when I'm going to attempt it, but I have it. In keeping with that, I got Stitching Witches, which I think is super, super cute. Also from Victoria Samplers. Oh my gosh, that dog. I'm going to put the dog and the fly together. How about that? Gingerbread Village Accessory, which is a Christmas tree. That is super, super cute. Once again, it's a 3D. So I'm going to have to look in how to do this. I don't know if it's going to be this year. I also got Scary Witches from Victoria Samplers. I got Fall into Autumn from Jeanette Douglas Designs. I just loved that pumpkin. This is Gingerbread Haunted House from Victoria Samplers. So cute. I got Trick or Treat from Victoria Sampler. My idea on that one maybe is to stitch them individually, not as a sampler. So I really like those. I got Little House Needleworks 12 Days of Christmas. I just think this is adorable. And I don't know how I missed this before, but it's really cute. I also got Plum Street Samplers Penny Autumn, which I think I need to kit up right away. It's so cute. And then this one was enabled by Stitching in the Bluegrass, 7 Virtues from La Dida. And she is stitching this, and it's so pretty. So she enabled me. Thank you, Jen. This is from Stash Unload Stars and Stripes, Blackbird Designs. And then I printed off some patterns from the Punch Needle and Primitive Stitcher magazine. This one is Frolicking on Fern Hill from Teresa Kogert. I think that was really cute. And I just printed off the chart from I have a digital copy of that. This one, I bet you I don't even need to tell you the name. As soon as I saw it, I was like, oh yes. Christmas Ride from Barbara Anna Designs. Love, love, love. I printed off the Creative Twist with Vanna Pfeiffer. I print off all of her tutorials and I put them in a file so that I have them and I can go back and reference all the tutorials that she's had in the magazine. I also printed off Winter Cardinal etching from Heart in Hand Needle Art. I want to make sure I don't show you the chart. I'm just grabbing. And I thought that was super pretty too. The other one is the Friendly Beasts from Top Knot Stitcher. And let me make sure, nope, there's another one in there. So let me make sure I don't grab and show a chart. So cute. And then this one is from Lindy Stitches, and this is Polar Bear Abode. Really cute. And this one is Winter Berries from Stitching with the Housewives. So those were just some of them that I printed off. So I have that. Okay, plan. Oh, I have 2 more stash things, but they are not cross stitch. They are sewing. So in line with the other pattern that I did, Rudy, I got the Chickie to do. These are from Bunny Hill Designs. And I also got the Hollyhock Cottage. Love both of those. So I would like to attempt to sew both of those. All right, so for some plans. I'm going to continue to stitch on things that I have right now. I can't guarantee I won't have no new starts because it's what I do. But 2 new starts that I'm actually going to be doing are, I'm stitching this with Mama Loves You GB, Michelle, 1864 EF sampler. And this came from a disc. And she describes it all and she links if you go to Mama Loves You GB, she has a picture of this chart and she tells you what disc, what episode, or what issue it is on the disc. Very easy to find, printed it off. I have the disc. And so I love this one. Like that cow, I just love it. So we're going to be starting this, in the new year, and she's doing an stitch along, and I have 2 pieces of fabric. Both of them are from Seraphim Fabrics, and this is Prairie Grass 36 count. It's not showing up great in my light. My light is super fading now. Or I might use Almond Bluff. Sorry. So one is more pinky and maybe there. This one is more pinky based. They're both neutrals, but this one has more of a pink undertone to it. And this one is more tan. So I don't know which one I'm going to use yet. And between now and then, let's face it, I could find another one that just calls my name. But that one I'm going to be stitching in the new year. If you would like to stitch that up, please check out Mama Loves You GB. She has a hashtag and she can tell you exactly which edition of the magazine and where to find it on the disc. So that helps. The other one that I'm going to be starting is with Carrie Carney and I'm sorry, Katie. I know that. Carrie. My cousin's name is Carrie, who lives in Scranton. There you go. See how I did that? Katie, we are going to be stitching. She is stitching Consider the Lilies. I am stitching His Eye is on the Sparrow from Heartstring Samplers. So Katie is in charge of coming up with a hashtag, and she's come up with a couple cute ones and she's narrowing it down. If you would like to stitch either of these patterns with us, jump in. I will let you know the hashtag as soon as I know it. I have it kitted up, have my floss all ready to go. I have not picked out fabric yet. I may do this on an Aida, on like a small count Aida. I don't know. I need to look at it more. So I haven't picked out my fabric yet, but I will be stitching that with Katie, and I want to say somebody else is stitching it. Is Sarah stitching it? I'm not sure. But if you want to stitch either of those two, we will be starting it in the new year. So join us. Like I said, Katie will let me know the hashtag soon. She has some really cute options, and so if you want to stitch any of those, we'll be following along and we can see everybody's progress and kind of root everybody along, because these are big patterns. That pattern, Consider the Lilies, is pretty big, and this was the companion piece. This one is 435 by 363. So these are big projects. They will be a long project. Those are two that I know I'm doing in the new year. I know there'll be more starts because that's what I do, but I don't know. So I'm going to continue to be working on my Pilgrim. I don't know. We'll see what I get done. I kind of one that doesn't make too hard, fast plans because I like to stitch what I want when I want. I still need to finish the Frankenstein Sal, and I need to finish, I need to get caught up on the Dark Queen of the Sea Sal, and I haven't done either of those yet. They're on my list to do. I just haven't done them yet. So thank you for tuning in and staying with me and, spending time with me. Like and subscribe, and thank you so much, and I will see you soon. Everybody have a good, safe Thanksgiving.